Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning,
Doctor.
Good morning, doctor.
Morning, doctor.
Morning.
Good morning, doctor.
You are welcome to our meeting today. And I can remember that you went back with a task to evaluate the business pitches of the other groups that presented. Was it group 3 and group 4?
Yes,
So
Doctor.
we
Group
want
3 and Group 4.
to hear from group 1 first. So group 1, can we know how did you evaluate these groups? Are the members of group 1 available?
We are
Hello?
available, sir. Good
So
morning.
did you complete the evaluations of these two groups?
We did not complete because we are not able to have their work, but we request if you will allow so that they will have like 2 minutes to open for us the document so that we finalize on the on the awarding of the marks. I think that will also help the other groups. I don't know if they also did the rewarding of the marks. Thank you.
Yeah, but I remember these groups shared their presentations on WhatsApp. Didn't you receive their presentations? And even then, you are expected to do the evaluation when the group is presenting. When you meet after the presentation, you only reconcile the evaluation that you did individually so that as a group you have a common assessment or a common evaluation. Okay, I'm seeing another hand up. I don't know whether it is the same hand or somebody else. Was that Alfred?
Yeah, this is the same hand. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so we can give you 2 minutes to finalize the evaluation as we listen from group 2. Group 2, did you complete the evaluations or you are the same category as group 1? Who is the leader of group 2?
Yes, doctor. We did not complete the evaluation. I think we are the same as group 1. We
Did
look
you
at
complete or you have not yet completed?
the evaluation. No, we have not completed evaluation.
Okay. So that means it is a common problem and we're going to allow 5 minutes. You get into your groups and complete the evaluations, and then we come back here at a quarter past 10. So at a quarter past 10, we are convening again here to complete, to hear your evaluations. All right.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes, doctor.
Yes, Dominic?
Yeah, for us, we are ready with our evaluation.
Okay, that's wonderful. Let's first wait for these other people. We are giving them 5 minutes from now. Then we can start with you. So which group are you, Dominic?
I'm in group 5.
Okay,
Yes.
that's okay. We just wait
All
for
right.
them.
Okay, doctor.
Yeah, can the group leaders share their document into the WhatsApp group?
Thank you, Doctor. Dominic, please help share the evaluation PPT.
Right. Thank you. Let me say it.
Thank you. Good morning, colleagues. This is Rachel Kabule presenting the evaluation for the two groups that presented. That's Group 4 and Group 5. Group 4 and Group 3. As for Group 5, our feedback on the business pitch presentations stands as follows. When we looked at Feel Fresh Laundry Services and the South Sudan
Excuse me?
Wash Training Institute, Juba, we are going to start with the Feel Fresh Laundry Services. Next.
Yes, excuse me. Rachel, is it
Yes, dear.
visible? Is the
Yes,
presentation
it is.
visible?
It is.
All right. All right. Good.
Yeah. Next. So we started with Feel Fresh because the assessment criteria needed us to look at the passion the team has about the business, the potential markets, the profitability, the team composition, and the presentation skills. So we started with Feel Fresh Laundry Services.
Wait before you proceed. We need to look at that criteria. Okay. Are you the one who added the presentation skills?
Doctor, you told us to also evaluate how the person presented the business speech.
Hey, you seem to be sick. Sorry.
It's well, Doctor.
Okay, so my 5 item criteria doesn't have the presentation skills.
Oh.
But I said that it is okay that you can add any other. So the presentation skills could be what you added. But then
Okay.
you are falling short of the 5. And I think that is innovation and competitive advantage. And that is critical. So your evaluation can't be complete without that one.
Okay, Doctor.
So I'm sending you back to quickly look at it.
Okay, Doctor. Let's fall back in.
So that
Thank
means
you.
you have to do multitasking. You have to be listening at the same time trying to complete that task within
It's
the
well,
next
Doctor.
5 minutes.
Thank you
Okay.
for the feedback.
You're welcome. Okay, can we have another group that is ready? Which other group is now ready? Group 1, you requested for 3 minutes. We gave you 10. Are you ready now, group 1? Remember that if you are group 1, you should be exemplary. You have to keep your position. You have to defend your position. So group 1 is not yet back. Okay. Which other group is ready?
Group 2 is ready. Over to you, David.
Okay, you said group 2 is ready?
Yes, for the evaluation?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, David.
Thank you, Doctor. Yes, Doctor, I'm here. I just
So David, are you the one doing the presentation?
yes, I can do that.
Okay, I think I've already given you the rights. You can proceed.
Okay, just sharing my slide. Okay, sorry, it may actually be that as mentioned, it's actually a bit rude, but I'll just try to walk through it. So for the first assessment, we have two groups, that is group 3 and group 4, and our evaluation will stick for the 5 areas that you gave us last time on how passionate, confident, knowledgeable the groups were, and we felt like for group 1 we gave them a 17 out of 20, and just also to also mention that we ensured that every assessment area carried the mark of 20 out of 20. So we felt like the group was confident and they were passionate about the cleaning service that they wanted to offer. And then also when it came to, that is why we have a 17. And then when it came to competitive advantage, we felt like they had some uniqueness around whatever they are proposing, but it felt like it was the normal aspects that we know a laundry service does. So we felt like they needed to probably think hard about the innovation, so that we can be able to be more than willing to invest our money in the group. In terms of evaluation criteria 3, we gave them an 8 out of 20. Why is because the aspects around the market or the market potential, as opposed to the team giving us more of, we have these many NGOs, workers, but we also wanted the specificity. How we needed to be more specific about what exactly the market is. If we're talking about probably NGO workers, can we probably have maybe a number attached to that? Do we have maybe the business that can actually, we can be able to reach out during that period for our opportunity, as opposed to having a growing demand for convenient services, increasing urban population? Do we know the population like that? So once they can be able to work on that, they can be able to take up this service. How about the increasing working class individuals? Do we know probably a number that at least we can be able to target, so that we can be able to invest wholeheartedly into this opportunity that they presented to us? So then when you come to return on investment, we gave them a 13 out of 20. Why is, yes, it's profitable. However, when it came to the explanation, they weren't in tandem with what the graph was saying. I remember they didn't expect to make a profit in the first year. However, when it came to the graph, it was a bit misleading. And when you're coming into these spaces, you leave no room for error, because again, it is one opportunity for you to strike and to get this money. You're seeing us as an investor. So then if you make a mistake, I'm not so sure if still you won't have the same mistakes even when you question the funding or maybe the money from us. So lastly, it was around the management. Yes, the team had proposed a good team, which of course involved the managing director, operations manager, but also wanted to hear more of the experiences, what kind of skills they really have in that. And that is what I felt like didn't really come out clean. That's why we gave them a 12 out of 20, so that we could be able to also hear more of if we are to give money to the group, then are we able to trust the team to deliver this plan that they have put before us? That is for group 3, and then for group 4. overall, I can go back to and say this is a 63 out of 100. So this is what we're able to award them. And then for group 4, so in the first part also, the team was very confident. Indeed, they're very knowledgeable. Indeed, one of the members who even said that carried out research of this training institute. So I felt like it was a good thing. So we gave them a 17 out of 20. And then on the second part, which was around competitive advantage, I felt like they were, but of course also it was very massive. And also there was a confusion between not-for-profit, also being a company that cannot be able to have a profit or profit-oriented entity. So that is what we felt around there. And also the innovation was okay. Them trying to look at them offering the training for staff, but also looking at having a blend of other opportunities, especially in the community. But also they needed to zero down to rethink their innovation so that they don't really spread their wings too thin in that regard. When you come to the window opportunity in terms of the market, I felt like we can give them a 12 out of 20 because indeed we saw that they had numbers of they knew their target market, at least looking at the different humanitarian organizations, looking at the professionals there, among others. But also, I think, what actually came out during their presentation is them not conflicting with government and also the organizations, the INGOs who offer some of these services as well. So it also needed to balance in that way. In the terms of returns on investment, I think so also still there. I given them a 14 out of we'll give them a 14 out of 20. Why? Because we felt like the opportunity was very good. Though of course we'll leave out some marks for them in the error that they made in there. And also looking at that time frame, we had talked about the year 3, but also looking at when they will make the profit. So it seems the group also needed to do some work around that so that in time maybe they're going to present again this opportunity. They won't make any mistake. There won't be any room for error. And lastly, in terms of the management, we weren't able to see that slide there. But I also believe that I'll give them a benefit of the doubt having a 5 out of 20 because, of course, they said they had it, but they didn't include it. And I felt like already the team, since I know they already have something in mind in regards to the management. So out of 100, we gave them 60%. Thank you, and over.
Okay, thank you very much for the evaluation. Did you say this is group 2?
That was group 2.
Okay, so group 2 is the one evaluating. Okay, thank you very much. Well, which other group is now ready? Give us their evaluation.
Yes, good morning, Doctor. Group 4 is actually ready.
Okay, so group 4. I'm seeing the hand of Alfred up. Alfred, are you ready?
Yeah, we are ready. We are group 1.
Okay, let's begin from you.
Okay, you can give me the right to share.
Okay, proceed now.
Yeah, this is our evaluations to the groups that were able to present last week. First, we start with the group 3. In the persons, we gave them 10 marks. This is because the persons all that capturings, and then they are more confident, and then
Okay.
they have
Alfred.
proper projections in their. Yes.
Before you proceed, can you tell us what you are allocating for each of the items in the criteria? What is the maximum allocation of each item? Have you got to the question? Were you distributing the marks equally, or you were giving some items more marks than the other?
Yeah, we give other items more marks than the other because some areas are more required in the business, especially on the
Okay,
area.
what is the distribution of the marks? That's what we want here. How did you distribute the marks? What is the maximum mark for each of them?
They are all different. For the persons, we gave 10 out of 10. And then for innovations, we give 30 because innovations, it makes the business
It's okay, don't explain. Just tell us how you distributed.
Yeah. Innovation is 30. And then protections, we give 25. And then
Okay. What is protection?
protection is giving some measures to ensure that the business assets or the business properties are properly protected, or the data of the business are properly protected from external intruders that may not affect the business.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then we have profitability, because in the business, the main aim of the business is having profit.
Out of how many?
We give 30.
Okay. Then management?
And then in the management, we give 5. That makes 100%.
Okay. So you said 10, 30, 30. Then protection, you said is how much?
Protection is 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you can proceed.
Yeah. For group 3, there are persons we allocated to them 10 out of 10 because their competence, and then they have knowledge in the business, and then we hope they will prosper in the business. That's why we give them 10. And then in the innovations, we give them 25. Yeah, though the innovation is more capturing, but of course, the extents where they are not able to completely ensure that innovation is put in place. That's why we give them 25. And then in protections, it's supposed to be 25, but we give them 20 because they are not able to put all the expected protections in place and ensure that the business prosper. And then in profitability, yeah, they're able also to articulate how best they can, the company can have a profit in the business. And then we allocated to them 25. And then in the management, yeah, though they're able to mention for us some of the positions, and then personnel that will be handling the positions, but they're not able to handle like the years of experience for us to ensure that surely our money will not go in vain. And then all in all, they have scooped 80% out of 100. For group 4, yes, their persons is up to date. Then we're able to allocate to them 8 marks out of 10. And then in the innovations, yeah, they had a mixture of both non-profit and profit and mass. The mass percentage is non-profit. Then we allocated to them 20 marks out of 30. And then in the protections, we allocated to them 15 marks out of 25. And then in profitability, we are not, as a group, we are not sure of profit margin that will come up from their business because they looked into like having some grants and then they don't opt for money to be injected into their business. And then we gave them 0 out of 30. And then for the management, yeah, they are not able also to tell us the number of the years of experience. And then we allocated to them 0. And then they're able to scoop 43% out of 100. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Group 1, for your evaluation. Though I allowed you to complete your presentation, but you have one element that is missing, and yet that element is very important, and that is the one of market potential. Do you have the market potential? You substituted market potential with protection.
Yeah. Thank you for observations.
Yeah, but for you, what you evaluated was protection. So meaning that your evaluation is incomplete. We shall be wanting to hear it again. So you have to go back and see that you do it again and give us the final outcome. You may not have time to present it here, but you can send it on WhatsApp. When you finish re-evaluating them, then you can send it on WhatsApp. Okay, so we can go to the next group. Which group is the next one?
Yes, doctor. This is group 3.
Okay, so who is presenting on behalf of group 3?
This is Isaac Mugabe.
Isaac Mugabe.
It is group
Yeah.
4. It is group 4, not 3, sir.
It's group 4.
Isaac Mugabe. Okay, you now have the right to share.
Okay. Yes, good morning, doctor, and good morning, colleagues. This is group 4, and we're just showing our evaluation for group 3. So we're based on the 5 basic criteria, looking into how passionate the group is, looking at the innovation and the competitive advantage, plus also the potential demand or the share market that they brought out. Also looking at the profitability or the return on investment, then plus how they have assembled a great team to do the work, or looking at the management. So each of these 5 aspects was actually allocated 20 marks out of 100. And for our group, each member was able to do an evaluation and give reasons for their evaluation. And thereafter, we got an average that we were able to allocate out of 20 for that specific perspective. Looking at how passionate the group is for group 3, after every member's evaluation, we had a total of about 16.3 out of 20. And the group actually presented very well, and they looked to be understanding the concept However, just some description of some information was not able to come out well, but the group was so passionate in their presentation. And looking at the evaluation of these different members, we came up with the average of 16.3 out of 20. Looking at the innovation and competitive advantage of the group had an average of 16.7 out of 20. And looking at the innovation, the group explained so well what they are bringing into the market, only that this innovation was not actually so unique from the current competitors, but at least they labored to explain their innovations. And we also found out that maybe the part for reducing the expenses, it's not completely an innovation. And also they had talked about the switching off of electricity to save power as an innovation. And one of the members brought out that it do not bring out that concept of innovation so well. So considering the average of the different members and their perspectives, we had an average of 16.7 out of 20. Looking at the potential demand or the share market, like where they intend to look into the market, we found out that the group actually talked about there are different sources of income, and also that they expect to get like some market from the hotels and other from the hotels basically. And looking at the other sources of in their business model, they talked about deliveries, and one of the members also brought out that delivery fees cannot actually be a source of income because they will just go to the person who is delivering. And looking at the average, we had an average of 13.7 out of 20 after considering the different evaluations of the different members of the group. And when you look at the profitability or the return on investment, the group had an average of 15.5 out of 20. And also, as one of the members brought out that the group had shown a narrative that they will break even between 18 to 24 months. I would like to confirm if I'm audible.
Yes,
You are
Isaac, you're
audible.
audible.
Yes, the group had confirmed to us in their slides that they will break even in 18 to 24 months. However, in the next slide, which was showing their return on investment, they had showed that they are already making about 20% as net profit. And if they had said that they're breaking even in 18 to 24 months, which means that we are not actually expecting any profit because we said we shall wait for that break-even point in 18 to 24 months. So there's that contradiction between the break-even point and the part of the return on investment. And after the evaluation of the different members, the average was 15.5 out of 20. And looking at the team, actually group 3 brought out a good team, whereby they talked about the managing directors, the different operations managers, though we thought that it was actually key to have an accountant or a person who manages the costs on their team to look into their financial bit of the business. Because if you have an MD operations manager, but then you don't have like an accountant, an accountant is actually key in the business. So for the team, we had an average of 17.8 out of 20. And when you look at the total for the evaluation 1, about the passionate at 16.3, then evaluation 2, 16.7, then evaluation 3, about the market 13.7, then evaluation 4, 16.3 plus evaluation 5, evaluation 5 is 17.8. Sorry, maybe I could have just done I could have just done that error, 17.8. And that brings the total to 80.8 out of 100. And that is our evaluation for group 3. And we are group 4. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much for that detailed evaluation. Can we hear from the next group? Which group is coming next?
So this is group 5.
Okay, so group 5, who is the presenter?
Yeah, I will be the one to present because my colleague is not feeling well.
Okay, this is Dominic,
Yeah.
all right.
Yes.
Okay, now if you are anybody who is a group leader, you will have a general comment on the evaluations. So you prepare. After we have got all the evaluations, each group leader is going to make a comment, a brief comment. What have you observed from the evaluations that have been done by different groups? What lessons do you get after listening to them? Okay, so group 5, please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, doctor and colleagues. I hope I'm audible enough. And are you able to see the presentation?
Yes, Dominic.
All right.
Yes, we
Thank
can
you.
see. Yes, we can see your presentation.
All right. So this is group 5 feedback on business pitch presentations. We have 2 business pitches. The first one is assessment of feel-free laundry services and South Sudan Wars Training Institute, Juba. So we are here a little bit fair in our allocation, but I would like you guys to take it easy. This is based on our understanding of your presentation. So our assessment criteria, we have passion about the business, market potential, profitability, team composition, we have market innovation, and we decided to add also presentation skills. And somewhere there is also strength and recommendation. So feel free laundry services. The overview is they have excellent business idea, providing laundry services at clients' convenience. And of course, their business plan addresses a common urban need for time-saving services. I'm sorry, I'm having kids who are disturbing me. Hello, I'm sorry about that. There are kids that are disturbing me. Yes, so passion for this business, this group. Actually, group appears passionate, but presentation was mainly driven by one member. So we decided to give them 10 marks. We have 5 criteria. Then we decided to add 1. But among the 6 criteria, market innovation takes a marks of 25, and the rest take 15. So that is how we have actually rated this group. So for this passion, we have actually rated them 10. Then market potential, there is no data on demand, competitors, service gaps, or market share. So based on their explanation, they were just giving us theory. I'm sorry to say that, but there is no data. So in this case, we rated them 0. And then recommendation, conduct market research and competitor analysis. This is our recommendation to them. Then profitability, difficult to validate without market and pricing data. So it's not possible to quantify your profitability when you don't have any data. For example, the pricing by other businessmen. Then a team composition, strong and very comprehensive. Of course, they have a very strong team. So we decided to give them 15 marks. They scored all here. Then market innovation, yeah. They have also scored 15 because they have a customer tracking app that provides quick feedback from the client and the service provider, which is really good. Then presentation skill, presenter was articulate and professional. So they earned themselves 10 marks. Then the strength of this business idea, business pitch, strong idea, strong team, excellent presentation. Then improvement, they have to improve on market research, demand assessment, competitor analysis, then to help them do their financial projections. So the overall score is 55%. Then for South Sudan Wars Training Institute, Juba, they address, this institute addresses wars capacity, building needs, good understanding of national wars context. Yes, they have very clear, context. Then passion, group appears passionate, but scope is too broad. The scope is too broad. So when you look at, South Sudan has 10 states and the other areas have insecurities. So you wonder whether they can really, cover all the 10 states. So it's not specific, it's really broad. So in this case, we decided to give them 10 marks. Then market potential, no data on potential trainees, competitors, or training gap. There is no any data. The only data is about the organizations, but there's no any data about the clients. Where are they getting their clients from? If it is from the organizations, how many youth are they willing to support who are likely to be the trainees? So that information is not there. And there is no any information about competitors, other service providers, and the charges they levy on their trainees in order to qualify them so that they can quantify their profits. It is not there. So in innovation, yes, they have good innovation. Water digital monitoring, that provides room for remote monitoring and management. So in this case, we have given them 10 marks. Then our recommendation here is define target clients and conduct market assessment. This is our recommendation to this group. Then profitability. Profitability projections not supported by quantifiable data. As there is no quantifiable data, though they explain it, so we are not able to give them 15 marks. So we decided to give them 5 marks in that case. No team composition presented. When you look at the presentation, there is no any team composition. The structure is not there. So I think my colleagues will bear as witness. We have not seen one. Then our recommendation is present management structure and evidence-based financial projection. Then the strength of this business pitch, organized presentation, yes, they have a good infographic, articulate the delivery. Then the improvement required, scope definition should be done, market analysis, they have to do it. then financial projection, team structure. So overall, score is 25%. So the scope definition is very, very important. I think what makes this group to score low is because the scope is too big. So it's not specific, much as they have a very good business idea. Thank you very, very much. So yes, our overall conclusion here, both groups demonstrated commitment and good presentation skills. Areas for improvement include market research, competitor analysis, financial projection, and organizational structure. Basically, this is our feedback for these two groups. Thank you very much. In case there's maybe one or two things that I've left, my colleagues are there. They can chip in. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dominic, and your teammates for your objective feedback. You gave a disclaimer that they should not take it personal. That is the way you have seen it, and you are presenting to them the way you have seen it. And we want to believe that you don't have any bias, and they shouldn't take it personal. Remember, I gave a disclaimer at the beginning also that do not fear to give objective evaluation, even when it is not good to the other group, because I will not base on the marks you give them to give them marks myself. Your comments and your feedback is supposed to help them to improve their work. Now, if they don't go ahead and improve their work, that is up to them. Because my final mark will depend on the improved work after they have received the comments from you. So, therefore, each group should take these comments seriously. But now I have also given a chance to all the leaders to give their comment about the evaluations. So, if you are a group leader, you will have time to say that according to these evaluations, this is what I have observed. First of all, take note of the discrepancy in evaluations between one group and another group. Why would one group, for instance, give an 80% and another one give a 55%? What is causing that kind of discrepancy? Is it that the one that gave 80% were not very critical? Or the one that gave 55% are too mean? So group leaders, please, I want you to keep noting these differences and take note of the comments that are being given. Then at the end, I want each team, each leader of each team to give their overall comments or observation. Okay, so do we have any other group that hasn't done the evaluation? Class president, has every group given us an evaluation?
Yes, apart from group 6, which is still forming, but all the other groups have given theirs.
So how many members are in group 6?
Sorry, we have group 6. Yes, group 6. It's group 6 has not given. They have not assessed the groups.
They have also given.
They have not given. Isaac Wanjala is the group chairperson. Probably can be able to share. Isaac, are you on call? Or maybe if there is any other person from group 6.
Okay, like you have said, they seem not to be ready. We can allow them to give their evaluation next weekend. you let me know when you will be having a test so that we can organize a simple test on the day when you are supposed to be having a test. But now we need to hear other presentations. We need to hear other presentations. But maybe before we hear other presentations, group leaders, can I hear from at least two of you? What observations have you so far made in these evaluations that have been done today? If you're a group leader, can you give us your comment? Especially if you're a group leader of the group that has not been evaluated. We shall be hearing from those that have been evaluated later, but if you are one of those that has not been evaluated, give us a quick comment. What was your observation from today's evaluations? It may not only be group leaders, but even group secretaries. Okay, so anybody who can give us an overall observation? Yes, we'll hear from Donzo.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you to colleagues and evaluators. I think the evaluation was very helpful, even not to the groups, but we have not presented, we learned a lot from the evaluation. And one thing that I observed from the evaluation is that all of the evaluators agree that the two groups have passion for their presentation. And also they had a very good presentation that they delivered. Where the evaluator disagree on was the scoring on profitability in the market research. So some groups went in depth to give a critical review, even though thanks to Dominic and team that provided a lot of explanation as to why they score the way they score. But where I disagree with the scoring is if the group went to do certain work, I don't think we should be scoring 0. So I agree with their comments, but the score should not be 0, even though they were very critical of the review. Other groups that score, like for example, on the profitability, some groups score as high as 16. I don't think that scoring really did a critical review of their work because there was no data. And as well, in fact, in some instances, there was no geography described as to where they were targeting. So that's my observation on the evaluation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Donzo. Yes, you said you did not agree with them on scoring 0 on certain criteria, but they are the investors, and as investors, they can decide how to score you. So you cannot disagree or agree, but since they are the investors, they are the decision makers, their decision is final. And you observe that this was not one person deciding, this was a team. So by the time the team agrees to score you 0 on a particular criteria or particular item of the criteria, it means that they have really not seen what they wanted to see. And if you as a group looking for funding from investors, if you have failed to demonstrate to the investors to make them see, then it is you to blame. Why didn't you convince them to see? Okay, let me hear from another observation from Robert.
Thank you so much, Doctor, and thank you so much, class. I'm called Robert, and I'm the group lead of Group 5. First of all, I want to appreciate you, Doctor, for this type of lecturing. I think it is so helpful to all of us. I've been listening in through the evaluations, and my group also did evaluate other groups. But what I have seen is these evaluations that we are doing are the ones that are helping us to improve our work. So, beside, I would request, if it was possible, we have a uniform average, not someone marking out of 15, another one out of 10, another one out of 5. But if we would get like a uniform average mark, and we say this is weighing 20, this criteria, this is 20, this is 15, or this is, because like for my group, when we were evaluating, we had some points that were weighing much heavier than others. Then in other groups, you find those points that for us are heavier, the other side, they are not heavier as ours. So this one will bring a variation in the end mark, and you find maybe one person is saying they gave them little marks, another one they gave them higher marks. But again, I would request my fellow group members that we don't consider much the mark, the mark we have gotten, but we consider the recommendations that we have gotten from our fellow evaluators, because as the doctor has put it, these are like investors who are trying to buy our business, and we are all big people and mature people who can evaluate and see. We are not biased in one way or the other. We can see that your business here is lacking. So if you can improve here, it can be okay. I know this is a class, you may get hurt in one way or the other, but I really feel it is very important than us simply coming and say, you have a good innovation and you have your business is going to be profitable, yet you don't have enough backing data. So I continue calling upon all of us to cooperate, and we fine-tune our businesses so that at the end, we shall all be having something that is presentable and very good, very marketable. Thank you so much, Doctor, and thank you so much, colleagues.
Okay, thank you very much, Robert. Nobody should be hurt when they are told the truth, when they are told the facts. You can only be hurt if somebody accuses you wrongly. If somebody says you are ugly when in actual sense you are actually beautiful, then you will be hurt. But if somebody says you are ugly and it is true that you are ugly, why should you be hurt? Sometimes it is a friend that tells you a weakness who should be treated to be a good friend than the one who hides the truth and doesn't tell you your weakness. Because the one who tells your weakness is the one who helps you to improve. I know there are, like you have said, there are those who may not take it well, but for this purpose, I want everybody to take all the comments, all the evaluations positively and work towards improving, because like I've said, I mark the improved work, not what has been evaluated. The evaluation that people are making are only helping you to improve. But you who are evaluating, I'm marking you. If you are not careful with your evaluation, then you lose marks on this particular aspect of evaluation. Now, on your comment on whether we should agree on uniform marks. No, we cannot do it now because we are giving independence to each group. To all the investors should have the independence to make a decision. And this is what it is in real life. That if you are presenting to different investors, their criteria cannot be the same. What they value will not be the same. And therefore, at times you may do some research and find out that if I'm presenting to this category of investors, where do they pay attention to mostly? Where should I emphasize? So the investors should have that liberty to decide on how to do their evaluation. And that alone, to be able to observe the diversity in the evaluations is itself a lesson. So you can learn something from it and say, oh, so the other group gave us 75, but they consider innovation to be more important. And then another group gave us 60, but for them, they are looking at profitability to be the most important. So you learn everything. You learn something from everything that is being done. That is why I'm giving you that leverage to make your own decisions on how do you distribute the marks. And if you want, you can add another criteria or two. I think if it is one, it is called criterion, another criterion, or you can add two. So that is it. Let's leave it open for now. But of course, many people know, those who are here, that profitability, market potential are very important, and therefore they cannot leave that one out. And you can say that there are those who have considered it to be more important, and that is also another good evaluation observation. That if you see that the market potential and the profitability and innovation, that those three should score slightly higher, then that is a good decision. And you will find that many people will now think about that. Okay. Lastly, we can hear from one person, and this is Viola. Viola, please go ahead.
Thank you, Doctor. And thanks for all the group members that have already presented. I'm just giving my general observations, and of course, this has really been a learning session, I think, for all of us. So what I've observed from all the presentations is that there are key things that stand out if we are to present a very good business pitch, and that drives the scoring that we get from the investor. So I looked at number one, the problem itself, and the passion that the group or an individual has towards that enterprise. And then we look at the profitability, the market, the management team, and overall general knowledge that someone has in that business. Because without the knowledge, I don't think we'll be able to explain most of the things. So I looked at it as a business having those key parameters that we assessed upon. Thank you. That's what I wanted to intone.
Okay, thank you very much, Viola. Lastly, we can also give Amos a chance. Amos Samuel, please go ahead. Amos, we can't hear you. Amos Samuel, do you have a network challenge? It seems we lost Amos. Let's hear from Charles then.
Thank you, Doctor, and thank you, members. I, on behalf of Group 4, would like to appreciate the comments made by different evaluators. And these comments are very important for improvement of the presentations. I want to observe that or learn that as we prepare our documents, this time at the business pitch level, next time at the business plan level, we need to always keep in mind these evaluation criteria parameters, because when we were looking at the presentation of a business pitch, the headings we may have may not have been well correlated with the appraisal criteria as presented. So I find it important that the two should always be considered. Then point number 2, I'd like to appreciate Doctor's comments, because in my opinion, the narratives, we mentioned more on the areas of shortcoming and did not mention much on the areas of strength. And the scores reflected more on the areas of shortcoming than areas of strength in some cases. Because, for example, yes, I agree, each investor has a decision to make, but giving a 0 means somebody is as good as not having indicated something, anything. But it's very right. I'm happy, especially with the areas, the narratives, than the scores. If these narratives are included in, the presentation should improve. I understand that the way attractive, the level of attraction by the headings, the way it varies matters more than the subsequent elaborate. But also, the understanding of the different investors need to be considered greatly, because the way you understand it technically may be different from the way the investor will understand it, and all you are interested in is to have the investment come in. I think, thanks very much, but I also, as a person, would like to urge other groups to make presentations, because it is easier to criticize than prepare presentation. I would urge others also to prepare and present.
Yes, Charles, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yes, that is right. All groups will have to present. They can't run away from presenting. And from your observation again, I want to say that this activity is going to be scored at 2 levels, so you need to be aware of that. The first level is that after receiving these comments, you are going to go and improve your business plan individually, not as a group this time. If you have already got the evaluations, the group work has ended at this level. So now it is now you as an individual who is going to work on that business plan alone and improve it according to the comments that you have received. And then submit it. And that will be the assignment 1, which will be awarded 15 marks. Then there is project 1, I saw somebody who was asking about Project 1. Maybe I will simply update the dates because I think the dates that were there are too close. I will extend it to June, end of June or first week of July. So the other one is now Project 1. Under Project 1, actually Project 1 is like the exam question 1. It is your examination question, final examination question, question 1. That is Project 1. So in that Project 1, you are going to get all the comments that you have received and address them, and then make a business pitch that is standard, that you could say this is now perfect. So you record it, you present and record it and submit it under Project 1. So in other words, whatever we are doing, you need to pay attention to it and then see what you can improve and make sure that you pass the assignment, which is the final business plan submitted as an individual, and then Project 1, which is the question 1 of the final exam, and then which will be marked out of 20. So in other words, this activity is preparing you to score 35 marks that will contribute to your final exam. I hope that is clear to everybody now. Okay. We need to hear from at least one group to present before we close today. So which group is now ready? You remember Charles has given you...
Group 1 is ready.
Has given you a challenge that you should also present because it is easy to criticize. But when you present, you will also get it hot. Okay, somebody, I think the class president is saying that I should repeat the instructions. I'm saying that the activity we are having today is preparing you to complete 2 major activities or 2 major projects. One is your final business plan that will be submitted individually, the same business plan that you have worked on as a group. You will go and improve it and then submit it as an individual. And you will score marks as an individual based on how you have been able to improve that business plan. Then, secondly, you will also individually present another business pitch and record it and under Project 1. And Project 1 is your final exam question 1 that will be marked out of 20. So I hope that is now clear. Okay, let's now go to this group. You said you are group 2.
Doctor.
And you are to present your business pitch.
No, we are group 1.
Hello, doctor.
You are group 1.
We are group 2. Group 2 has shared their presentation.
Okay, so it is group 2 that is presenting now. Okay. Somebody wanted to get a clarity?
Yes, doctor. Thank you so much for your guidance and for the team for their presentations and the clarifications. Doctor, one key thing which we just said, you said that we shall be we shall improve our group works and submit as individuals. But there was a second one which you said, which I didn't get properly, the last statement. And again, we need to do another individual submission. I didn't get it clearly. I request that if you can repeat it.
Okay. You prepared a business plan as a group. You have come here and presented a business pitch as a group. And you have received feedback from other groups about your presentation. But now, going forward, if you have reached this far as a group, then group work ends at this point. Whatever is done next will be individual. And the individual now is for you to go and improve the business plan that you did as a group, but now you are improving it as an individual. And then you submit it as your final assignment, which will be marked out of 15. At the same time, there is project 1. And project 1 is an examination question, and it is examination question 1. In that project 1, having received the feedback that you have received today, and having observed all the pitches that were presented by different groups and having learned from that, then you are going to prepare from the same business plan that you have improved. You are going to prepare a business pitch now as an individual. Present it, record it, and then submit it as your first question of the exam under project 1. Is that one now clear?
Yes, Doctor. Thank you very much.
Okay. Then let's hear from this group.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, colleagues, for your time. So we are group 2, and we are presenting our business pitch. And these are the members of the group. So we brainstorm on 3 business ideas, and we end up selecting on the Nessus logistics solution. And then for which we selected the Nessus solution was because of the market size, and then our team had a strength and experience in this area. So Nessus logistic support for Uganda and East Africa. The opportunity that led us to selecting this business is because we researched and found out that the Uganda market in 2025 for logistics was 1.24 billion, and then there's a annual forecast of 10% in Uganda, and there are a lot of issues that has to do with the informal market in Uganda. Well, research found out that 30% of the shipment are lost to logistic inefficiency. And that is why we think if we invest in this market, we'll be able to generate some profit. So our solution is to rectify the problems that we realize in this logistic market in Uganda and East Africa as a whole. So the market size, like I said, is 1.2 billion in 2025, and this is expected to grow up to 2.9 billion by 2034. So our team, after the research, realized this is a very good area to invest in. So the problem right now with the logistic market is that the logistic is fragmented, and then you have informal players in the logistic market. Their solutions have no accountability, and most of the customers, such as the NGOs, require an institution that provides accountability and compliance to donor requirements. So we are coming with a solution that will fit that problem. And also, customers usually have no visibility of the movement of their commodities. So our solution is coming with GPS solutions that will also fill that gap. We are also having a fragmentation in terms of there is no integration. There is no one institution that is providing a one-stop shop or one package of logistic solution to the clients. We also want to solve that problem. The issue of compliance for the informal logistic service providers as well. So our solution is we'll be providing 6 different services. The first one is we'll be doing a vehicle rental. The vehicle rental will be a self-drive as well as chauffeur services. We are providing a last mile delivery of goods and services. We'll be helping wholesalers to deliver their goods to the last mile in challenging terrains. We are also we'll be supporting with the courier services. We'll be moving documents and small packages around Uganda. And our logistics will also come with a GPS tracking system where the customers is able to monitor the movement of their goods in real time. We are also providing a fleet management service where corporations like banks and insurance companies and big corporations are not able to manage their own fleets. We are offering to offer those services for the corporations. And then lastly, we have providing tow and emergency services for vehicles that will break down along the highway, and we can tow them to our garages and repair them on their behalf with no stress. So that's our solution we are coming with in this market. And I will turn over to present the target customers. Over to you.
Okay. Our target customers will be the SMEs, the small medium enterprises, and which are currently using border borders with no insurance, road tracking.
This is noted. You can go to the next one.
Okay. Go to the next slide. Okay, our target clients per year. We are looking at 25 SMEs in the first year as it keeps on growing, and by the third year we're looking at 60 SMEs, and then e-commerce platforms. In the third year we shall look at about a number of 10, and the humanitarian and development partners. We are looking at a target of 10 in the first year, and by the third year we are looking at 40. And the corporate fleets, in the first year we are looking at 5, and by the third year we are looking at a number of 30. And then retail and individuals, in the first year we are looking at 50, and by the third year we are looking the number to grow to 90. The next slide, please. So our business model is vehicle rentals will take the biggest percentage of 31%. Last mile delivery, we are looking at 23%, and then fleet management, we are looking at 18% in the business. Then courier, 11%, and GPS tracking services, we are looking at 10%, and then the tow and repair is at 7%. So that's how we are looking to make money. Per vehicle monthly fees, we are looking at a multi-year framework contracts with the humanitarian, our donor and government clients. And then we are looking also per delivery pricing. And we are looking at daily, weekly, or monthly rental rates, and then retail and insurance partnerships. So the financial projections, in the first year, we may not make that money, but we aim to break even in the second year at 8%, and then by the third year, it would have grown by 82% in profitability. I'll hand over to my other colleague, David.
Thank you. Thank you, Ronald. Vicky, you're taking this up?
Sure, David. Thank you. So the strategy we are coming with in terms of how we deliver the services we mentioned, the first one is we are going to be doing a business-to-business contracts. We'll work with the humanitarian organizations, the government, and the corporates to have an agreement that we are going to be delivering those services to them. And the second one is a platform or partnership where we work with the wholesalers, like I said, companies, manufacturers, to have an agreement that we deliver their goods to the last mile. And then lastly, our strategy is to have a retail or branded vehicles that will be providing self-drive rentals, intra or city courier services, and then a 24-hour tow support. And then we are looking forward to developing a mobile app that will be used by clients or will be clients to ask for our service. And then the pricing and everything will be done through those platforms. Thank you, David. Over to you.
Okay, thank you, my colleagues. And then in regards to the operations, just looking at what we will be able just to try and break it down. And we're looking at
Okay, you can
the
skip that. Tell us about the management team and the exit strategy.
Okay, so maybe I'll just try to look at the roadmap in terms of the launch, where we believe to launch it, and then also look at the framework contracts in the first at the 6th month. We'll be able to do that and then launch the mobile app, and then of course we'll be able to have the 25 vehicle fleet.
Hello.
Yes, please.
I said move to the management team.
Okay.
And then
Yes,
if you have exit strategy, you tell us about the exit strategy. Or if you have the capital budget, you can also tell us the capital budget.
Okay. I think it was on the other section where we had the operations plan, but it's okay. So the team will actually be comprised of led by the CEO, who will be a visionary leader with over 15 years experience in leading big brands, and should have an MBA. Then also we have a chief financial officer who will be a CPA graduate and also hold a master's degree and 10 years experience in the leadership position. And then, of course, we'll have a chief operating a chief operating officer who will also have the head of operations and fleet, and then the head of sales and client accounts. Also in there, we also have, the head of marketing. So basically, the chief operating officer will have 10 years experience in this aspect in operations, and then also have a 5-year experience in leadership, and then have excellent problem-solving skills. We have a human resource manager who will be responsible for the human resources. I think this is the right organogram that we have, like I've been mentioning. And then also we'll have another unit for M&E training and compliance, because we talked about we have aspects around training, defensive trainings, and then also aspects around compliance to ensure that we stay competitive and also deliver the best services to our clients. So the head of M&E will have 10 years experience and a master's degree in M&E, statistics-related field. And they'll be very good at training and quality assurance and monitoring within that given company. So this is what we had. Maybe if we could just go back to the aspects around risks. So yes, yes.
We don't have much time for listening to these details.
Okay.
Some of these details can be in the main document. You don't have to present them in the business speech because you don't have all that much time. So in other words, you are not presenting to investors, and therefore you don't need any money from investors here, because you have not told us how much money you need to invest and how you use that money that we invested. And if the investors invest, what do they expect to get in terms of shareholding? And then what is the exit strategy? All of that you have not told us. And in your presentation, I haven't heard you talk about competitors at all. Can we say actually you don't have any competitors? Members of this group 2.
Yes, we do have competitors, but like we mentioned, most of the competitors are informal businesses, and the big ones actually we had a slide on the competitors analysis. I think we just need to put that one back.
And if I may ask another question, you are beginning a logistics company, Why Kampala? And why Uganda? Don't you think it would be better to do it in Kenya or in Nigeria? Why choose Kampala, Uganda?
So maybe my colleagues will come in, but the reason why Kampala, one, because the logistic market in Kampala from our research is very big. The opportunity we saw in Kampala is profitable. And number two, we saw that the current players in the market are mostly informal players. There are problems that we think our solution will be able to fill the gap and would attract more customers to our service. And that is why Kampala.
Okay, maybe can you tell me again what is your competitive advantage?
Thank you. So there are other players in the market, but what they don't have is that they don't have a one-stop shop. Usually they do not have, mostly they are just doing fragmented services, but our services will come with a vehicle rental. So for example, if your vehicle is have an accident or maybe need a repair on the highway, one, we are able to provide you a rental service to take you out of there, and then we can tow your vehicle on your behalf, can repair your vehicle. So all of that we are able to do it in one package. So most of the other players are not able to do that, and that is why we have the better solution.
Okay, so what is your key innovation?
So our innovation is that we are coming up with a GPS tracking. So when we are delivering goods to the interior part, when your goods you are able to track it in real time on your mobile app. Number two, you are able to use the mobile app and make a request for our services. That's an innovation we are coming with. And then the third one is that we are putting all our service in one package. So, and then we are making sure.
I get you. Now, if there is a using of technology in your systems, why is it that in your team you don't have a person in that role? Why do you, or you want to say that that person will be under another officer, maybe like chief technology officer or something like that?
Our COO is our chief operating officer has a very good experience in information technology, and then also he will be supervising the head of operations, and that head of operation also.
Come again. The CEO will be what?
The COO, the chief operating officer, who is supervising the head of operations, have knowledge in technology, and that will be supervising a team of IT people that will provide those services.
Okay. So let me allow other investors to question you. Investors, please, can we question the group 2? Yes, Amos Samuel, proceed.
Well, thank you so much, Tim. I must say this group, their presentation is so eye-catching. And if you're not critical enough, investors, you may end up investing the money before you finish the slides. Well, Tim, this question is just very, very practical with the nature of the investment the nature of the business proposal that you brought in. I want to understand how will you manage the funds, the cash that has been invested, given the risk in this business. And we all understand with logistics how the risk, and yet you have to invest a lot of money. And definitely we need to see your management of that. Then, Doctor has asked certain bit, but I'm going to ask it in a different method. That what unique input do you have that you're going to make sure the logistic that you're going to you're sourcing the money for is going to oversee or supersedes the rest of the logistics that we are having at the moment. Then, 3, do you have any plan, since this business is mostly associated with taxes? Yeah, it's great that you talk about it being in Uganda, and we know the taxes of Uganda is really quite high, but why have you chosen Uganda, which has the highest tax computations, rather than not Kenya, nor Sudan, nor any other places, or even Nigeria? But you opted for this place when it already has the highest tax in East Africa. Then, fourthly, investors' contributions. I didn't see that. What call do you have for the investors? How much contributions do you need from the investors, and to what percentage? Then, apart from that, you as the team, what have you got in your capital reserves that you need to be supported with? That slide should also come up. So with that, combine that slides together with the investors' share, the dividends that the investor is going to gain per year, or depending on how you're going to give the breakdown. So those 3 or 4 slides that I've talked about is really very vital for your input of these presentations. Otherwise, guys, I've seen the teamwork in your work, and it's really flowing. I wish you could give us a chance to the finance officer to answer some of the aspects which relates to the cash and the taxes. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those brilliant comments. Rona and David, maybe you want to take on some of those questions. But in terms of
thank you, Donzo. I think we can get all of them. Then we can respond.
Let's proceed with more questions.
Yeah.
Yes, Joseph, you can proceed.
Thank you so much, Professor and colleagues. Good morning. I'd like to thank the team for the very good presentation. Just a few reflections. The team, for me, I'm not convinced about the innovation. You talked about GPS, you talked about the mobile app. When you go on the street in Kampala and you get a self-drive car, they'll have that. They can track you because they have they have that. That is not innovation. That is now part of the normal business. The latest innovation is around AI, IoT sensors, predictive analytics, video telematics, digital twins, and electrical vehicle maintenance. We are not seeing that. That should come out. So in terms of innovation, what you are presenting to us is normal business. You need to move beyond what is normal on the street to something that is new, to something that is latest, and to something that really inspires that customer confidence and will lead to the output of royalty. So that also aligns with business growth. If what you are presenting as innovation is normal, then even what you are predicting for the second year, third year may not come to materialize. Number 2 is about your team. I see from my analysis, your team is all about the senior management team. The layers you have presented are the CEO, the managers. What about the hoi polloi, the person who is actually doing the work for you, the drivers? And we are not seeing how they are aligned in that organ chart. So you should be able to review it so that you can show at least those lines which respond to the drivers, the mechanics, the analytics team. Yeah, the other point, I think, Doctor, you spoke to it, which is about speaking about innovation, yet there is no IT person. The IT person has to be there because he has to do the analytics. You cannot leave that to the CEO. And then the problem statement for me didn't have the statistics. You didn't define the problem. You didn't show us what the baseline is and how and the market share you are going to work to win. It did not come out strongly for me. So we need more statistics about what the status quo is and what will be your market share. That space where you are going to compete. So for me, that's it. I present. Thank you very much.
I would
Okay,
like
thank you
to
very much.
respond.
No, you take note. You can respond after Alfred has submitted.
Yeah, good morning, class. Yeah, in the first place, I would like to appreciate the group for coming up with these marvelous presentations. It's a pursuant to business in Kampala. Yeah, but nevertheless, on the area of the on the area of the contributions, and then the area of expenses, I was not able to see because in the process of securing the supply and the running costs that will understand, and then that will relate to the profit that will come up, so that our investment will be in the safer hand in the institutions. Yeah, I think these are a few areas that I would like to have some clarifications. But all in all, I do appreciate the team for coming up with this wonderful business speech. Thank you so much. I submit.
Okay, group 2, can you respond now?
I'll first respond to the previous before Alfred. When you look at our solution and what we are bringing in the market, it's not there. Vehicle rentals, it is there. GPS tracking is there. Last mile delivery, it is there. Fleet management, all those exist in the market. But what we are bringing, what is unique, is that we are offering all these under a single contract. If you take an example of, let me say, an organization, let me look at maybe UBOS, which does, or an NGO, which does, maybe take an example, data collection, whatever it is, or any activity, or sensors. When they want to rent vehicles, they go to a company. Take example, maybe Prime Safaris, they do rentals. GPS tracking, they look for another company to do GPS tracking. When they want, maybe they want somebody to do fleet management, they're looking for a different company to do that. When you want courier, you're looking for a different company to do courier services. So what we are offering that is unique is that we are bringing this, that you can do this all under a single contract. It doesn't mean that if you come and you want to do only vehicle rentals, we won't offer you the service, no. But what is unique that you can be able to get all these services under one contract. That is what we are bringing. That is unique, because I don't think there's a company yet in Uganda that offers all this under a single contract. It's either they're specializing only in vehicle rentals, GPS tracking. That's what's unique. Then secondly, another criticism, this one I may not take it, where you mentioned on the organogram, and that we have not shown the drivers or whatever. No, the organogram may have all that, but we're not able to put everything there because it's a slide. And the next thing you'll ask us, we are not seeing a business strategy officer or whatever, no? The organogram will have all those positions, but we are unable to show it right now here. We're only showing the core. Then my other colleagues can take the other part.
Thank you, Ronald. And maybe just to add, some of the points, of course, is just to include in the slide, probably for us we should have presented it. In terms of the aspects around capital, indeed, our initial investment is supposed to be $1.85 million US. And we had envisaged that when we have 19% of the founder, would actually be what you will be able to have on the table. And then also we have around the external investors to be able to contribute around 41% of that amount. We could be able to have this company running. So when you have 41% from the investors and then our 59% from the founding team, will be able to work with this. Actually, in the main document is there, but we didn't put it here in the slide, and I think would actually next time would be in position to put it there. So some of the other things is just for us to try and walk through, and I also like the aspect of the framework agreements that we also looking at. That we also trying to look at the blend of having long-term frameworks where you have 1, 2, and then you'll be able to have maybe discounts that you also be able to give to our clients. Then can actually be a very good selling point on our end. That could actually be something I can also add in terms of that. So then I could also call upon Donzo to say something if you have. Unfortunately for our colleague, Christine is under the weather, so she's having an issue with her voice. She can't speak very well. And then also Wilfred is in transit. I think he's at the airport right now, so he may not be able to contribute. Thank you, and over.
All right, thank you very much, Group 2. I think we have one more question before we close. Charles, you can proceed.
Thank you, Doctor. Many areas have been brought up, but I want to make emphasis on a few of them. No matter how small the presentation is that you are making to the investors, you must present the financing mix. Because if you don't present the financing mix, the investors will not know the percentage they are supposed to occupy, how much equity it is, and how much equity it is from you, the promoters, and what gap and space the investors need to occupy. Even if they were to be 3 slides, that one is important to be there. Number 2 is about the overloading of the staff. The standard expenditure percentage of the staff should not exceed 30. So when you have that top management overloaded to that level, it means that the remuneration to this top management is so high that the management will eat much of the revenue and leave little profit and other financing responsibility for operating areas. Another area of which I think needs some improvement is the justification for business in Kampala. I'd have loved to see the evaluation of the business of that same business in the different other countries you considered with statistics. You show the gap there in all areas, you show the limitations, probably profitability index, and then you give the basis by which you are zeroing on Kampala as opposed to other places. Then the practicability of the business growth. In the second year, you are making 8% profit. In the third year, you are making 80% profit. from 8 in a space of 12 months to 80%. The justification, it appears theoretical. Unless you put a strong justification, it will appear very theoretical. Otherwise, it's not practical to move from 8% net profit to 80% net profit. The most profitable business currently is pharmaceutical business, but still it may not go that way in 1 year. I think, otherwise, I appreciate the presentation. It's so good. And I want to emphasize what I made the other time, that here we put a summary. We may not put a lot of details. The details will come in the business plan. Thank you, group, for the presentation.
Thank you very much. You want to respond? Okay, respond very quickly before I go.
Okay. Charles was saying that we should have compared with the other regions or countries, and why we chose Kampala or Uganda. One, we chose Uganda. At the beginning, we said the opportunity. The Ugandan market now is at 1.24 billion in 2025, and there's the forecast is a 10% annual growth. So by 2034, which is 10 years from now, it will be 2.92 billion. And these are statistics which are in the UN economics data, where we got the statistics from. So because we're starting from home, before we expand to other markets, we wanted to know what's at home. So we would invest home first before we go maybe to Kenya or Tanzania. By the time we're thinking of expanding to Kenya, Tanzania, we would know what is there. But for now, we wanted to know what's at home, so that if we are to go in, we know we are going to break even and grow. You can't go somewhere else when you don't know what's there. So wanted to know first what is here and grow from here. Then the other point he said was the break even, where we are saying from 8% to 82%. From 8% to 82%, we are looking to break even around the 22nd month, 8% in profits. And it's not hard to reach 82% because the business is also growing. We are looking at the numbers we would have got at that time, our projections. Thank you.
Doctor, maybe if I can supplement. I think in one of the...
No, before you supplement.
Yes, please.
Let's also look at how realistic that is, what you are saying is correct.
Okay.
How realistic is it that you can almost keep the operating costs at the same level and then the income more than doubles? Don't you think there is a problem there?
And possibly nothing to do with break even.
Your calculation may also not be
to do with break even, but it's not practical.
Charles, I think what we are missing here is that at that point, that's the maturity of the business. We are at the mature stage of the business. You will realize that in year one, we know that we are not going to make any profit because we are trying to set up things. People are trying to understand what we are doing. And year two, of course, we are not expecting a lot of profit. But year three is the mature stage of the business. So that's our best year of operation. I think the comment that Doug was just making about keeping our operation costs at the same level, yes, that is understandable. That comment, I agree with it, because we at that time we are doing a lot of moving around, so our operation costs might go up. But yes, it is practical. Our profit can jump from 88% to 82% because we are at the mature stage of our business. Thank you.
Okay, the group is trying to defend that practically it is possible. Maybe we may need to consult experts to tell us how possible that can be. But you need to look at it again and see whether you didn't make maybe an error in your predictions.
Okay, thank you,
so
Doc. And one point you made also was around how much we are asking for. It was because we were just moving fast, so we didn't present this slide. But this is the amount we are asking for, and you will see the exit plan is clearly mentioned. You see the clear path to exit is mentioned on that slide. But because we're moving fast, and then we skip some of the slides. And Charles was asking us to analyze other countries like Kampala plus Kenya plus this. This is just a pitch. The detail is in the business plan. We can put all of the information that you're asking us to do on these slides. But the detail is in the business plan. Thank you.
Okay, let's go to group one. I think group one is the one who said they are ready. Alfred, you are ready?
Yes.
Yes, doctor, we also ready. Group 5 is ready.
The remaining time that we have, we can only listen to group one. The others will present in our next meeting. So group one, please try to summarize because we don't have much time. Group one, we are waiting for you. Your time is already counting.
Yeah, thank you. I forgot to mute. Yeah, our business will be in Kampala city due to the growing populations in Kampala and the growing need for transportations within Kampala. And then this business will also be working hand in hand with the government. We have coordinated with the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, who have given us figures that there's a high number of youths unemployed in Kampala, and also those in the rural areas. But in the meantime, we are going to focus only in Kampala city. Yeah. And then in this type of business, we'll be buying motorcycles, which are electric motorcycles, which will be rechargeable, so that it will lower the cost of because fuel this time round is very expensive. We'll be buying motorcycle and give to motorcycle riders. In the first year, we target to have a total number of 1,000 motorcycle riders, whom will give them the motorcycle riders to ride, and then they'll be giving us 15% interest of the purchasing price, and then the maintenance price of the motorcycle. Meanwhile, they'll also be giving us 8.3% of the return of the cost of the motorcycle plus its maintenance and its other expenses. Yeah, these are the members of the groups of group one. Our mission is to empower border riders through affordable motorcycle ownership financing while creating sustainable employment opportunities and improving livelihoods. And then we also looked into to ensure that Uganda is leading in motorcycles asset financing compared financing company that promote economic empowerment and financial inclusions and sustainability within the urban centers. Because when we do that, that will also elevate crimes within Uganda and also ensure that there's a peaceful coexistence of the families. Because when these border motorcycles are able to sustain their lives with what they will be able to get from the ridings, and then they will be able to sustain their families. I welcome the second presenters to take us through. Hello, members. Yeah, we have the statistics that we're able to get in Uganda. The border sectors employing 150,000 to 350,000, and still there's increments in the need for border riders within Kampala, because borders are always very easy to maneuver in the jam, and also they are able to use shortcuts within the city. We have the statistic that we got from the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, where in the urban areas we have 12.8% unemployed youths. Meanwhile, in the rural, we have 11.8 unemployed youths. And then according to the categories of male and female, we have 10.8 male unemployed, and then we have 13.9% unemployed. This is this one was captured in 2025. This is just last year. Our teams are there. Can anyone be able to take from there?
Yes, thank you, our coordinator. The risk mitigation strategy, it is aiming at ensuring that we need to manage the risks. One of the risks we have is that our motorcycles that we've maybe brought for sale, maybe to give our colleagues, the youth, you find that they are maybe there is theft. And then the mitigation measure is that we are going to track it through GPS. Then also default, because we are going to give them on loan. So we are going to ensure that there is guarantors and deposits. For example, if you are taking maybe a motorcycle, you need to put a percentage first deposit, so that that one is kept to ensure that it is catering for that risk. Accidents, as you are aware that motorcycles in Kampala are always prone to accidents due to maybe traffic and other issues, but also we ensure that there is insurance cover. We need to have insurance with some companies like ICA and others. Then regulatory changes. This is related to government, because you find different, maybe every year government is introducing a new tax or even increasing taxes, available taxes. So we'll ensure that we are compliant and also are monitoring those changes in government so that we are at par with government, don't default. Then border battery failure, because our motorcycles are going to be electric in nature. So we expect this where batteries can fail, but the mitigation measure is that we are going to supply to ensure that there is a supplier partnership. Those people who are going to, must be the companies who are going also to give us these batteries, so that there is no there is fluent running of the business without any stoppage. Then also cash flow shortages. This is a risk because and a percentage it is needed. Every member needs to co-fund, and this we got it as a risk that maybe some other members might withdraw. And then what we did, and maybe what we came out as a mitigation measure, is that we need to have a credit reserve fund to cater for this risk. Then also a drop of business partner. Yes, partners, we have different ideologies. You might find maybe the vision, maybe the mission is not meeting people's expectation. Then others might drop. But then the mitigation measure is that we'll opt to adjust for the plan to the meeting capital. That's what we have on the mitigation and maybe risk. Maybe you can go to another slide, Lobojo. Yes, this is the picture that shows. Now this is a happy border rider who tried to get a motorcycle from our business, and the business is assured, and he's happy. He's even getting money to feed his family, as we said in the vision. He's even waiting for customers. If you're a customer, please, you are around him, you can reach him, and he takes you where you want to go, so that we also get what we need from him. That's what I can really say about the risks and mitigation. Thank you. But this is a happy man, ready for the business, but also co-funding. Thank you. The SWOT analysis. This one, we saw it very, very important, because we need to know where we are and where we want to go in terms of the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So opportunities, we saw that our business, not all the staff, the strength, not all the staff experienced personnel. We have growing market, flexible financing. The opportunity is that available motorcycle riders in Kampala. We have available motorcycles riders in Kampala who are even using other people's motorcycles to ensure they get survival. They say maybe from 8 to 10, you give me a motorcycle, I'll give you this amount. All those are in Kampala. Then the opportunities that government support, because government is trying to eradicate employment in among the youth. Then also digital financing, it is also part of opportunity. Weaknesses, this limited experience in marketing, we saw it as a weakness. Then high startup capital, because members, as we said, it is a corporate. Members might fail to get high capital startup. It is our weakness, but we needed to ensure that we meet this target, so that we're able to finance and fuel our project. Default risk, this is the key, because we are dealing with the youth. As you know, the risks among the youth might default, and we find that all the money is a weakness. Then the dependence on rider discipline, we are going to depend. We don't have the opportunity to maybe to guide the rider, so we are going to depend on riders' discipline. It's our weakness. We don't have our independent discipline that we needed to put forward. But maybe if paperwork will also allow, but it depends on the rider's maybe decision. So threats, loss of a motorcycle due to theft. Yes, this is you find maybe it is even on record that some motorcycles are being stolen in Kampala. So it is one of our threats. Lost due to fire. This is also one of our threats, because maybe where we always keep them, might find that fire has maybe encroached our store, and everything is taken due to fire. Then regulatory changes. This is now related to taxes, where you find every year government changes taxes, and yet you have given maybe you have given a contract, you have gone into MOU with the youth this year. Maybe you have talked of 5 million. The coming year, you find that the government has increased the taxes, so you fail again if you are going to alter the contract. or the MOU. So those are the threats. Then also competition is one of our threats, because other companies like Wendy, I mean Tugende, they also have the same business. So it's part of those that we competing with. Yeah, those are some of the threats and the SWOT analysis. That's how we came up with that. So starting period, we are going to start on 5th October 2026. So we are now in the preparation phase, where the stakeholders we are now making research, assessments, all that. But now we've been seeing how we can register with government, with KCCA, all that. And we expect that to the 4th of October 2029, the project should be at a higher level. Yes, that's what I can talk about that. Then capital contribution. Maybe another colleague of mine can take over from me. Thank you. I'm Yoson Wampale, one of the group members. Do we have any group
the
member
elaborations
who's
on the business visions? On the capital contributions, we are looking from the business partner or the investors us to have 21 billion Ugandan shillings for the period of the 3 years. And then within this 21 billion, we are going to divide it into phases. In the phase 1, we are going to take 7 billion. And then in the phase 2, we are going to take 14 billion. And then in phase 3, we are going to take the 21 billion invested, because in the first year, we will only be catering for only 1,000 border riders, and then we'll use the 14 billion plus our contributions, which will be 50 million. That will make 7 billion and 50 million Ugandan shillings to ensure that our other expenses is catered for, and then also the supply of the motorcycles are catered for. As you can see from the breakdown, where we have joint contributions, and then we also have expected capital from the business community. That's both in the first year, the second year, and then the third year. Yeah. Our required capital breakdown will be like this. We will be having personnel costs that is less than 25% of the expenses, and then we'll also be having registrations with the government, because we need to acquire some certificates licenses so that we are free to operate within Kampala city. Yeah, and then we'll also be having some administrative and advertisement costs that will mount to 11 million. That will also include repair and other things. And then we'll also be having the supply, which is the most. That plus the expenses amounting to 7 billion and 50 million Ugandan shillings. That is in the first year. In the second year, we are going to have some drop in the cost or other expenses, because we'll only be renewing the documents, will not be registering again. That's why the cost will a bit be reduced. Yeah, and then when other things are also put in place, we're going to incur 45 million Ugandan shillings as other additional costs to the supply. That will also be the same in the third year. In our revenue projections, because we'll be giving out the motorcycles, we'll be buying the motorcycle and giving out to the motorcycle riders with the memorandum understandings and with attachments of documents from the community leaders, like the L1s within Uganda, to ensure that this specific motorcycle rider is not connected with the crimes or has no bad backgrounds, and then will now be able to give you the motorcycles with understanding that he's going to return back the money for the purchase of the motorcycle, plus for the maintenance, that including the other costs. in bits, that's going to be like 8.3%. Yeah, so that in the end of 1 year, in the 12 months period, we'll be able to get our complete money back, which is 7 billion and 50 million Ugandan shillings. That is apart from the interest that they're going to pay us. They're going to pay us only 15% monthly. Yeah, then this means in the first year, we are going to have an interest of 1 billion and 57 million. And that's the money that we'll be giving part of it to the shareholders as dividends, and also to us as dividends for running the business and also using their capital. And then in the second year, because we're going to advance, ensuring that we increase the number of the Barbados riders to 2,000. This means our interest will go to 2,106,750,000 Ugandan shillings. That will be our dividends.
Alfred, you should be summarizing. I see we are running out of time. I don't know how many slides you have. You should summarize.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. And then also in the third year, because we are going to advance to 3,000 Barbados riders who we are going to supply them with the motorcycles. And then also, yeah, we'll be able to have 3,367,200,000 Ugandan shillings. Another member can take from there.
I think we can stop there, Alfred. We're supposed to stop at 12:30. You know, we have encroached on people's time. I don't know if you have very many slides to share. I think you can have them in the group. You can share them in the group probably for members to take note. And also to inform everyone that Dr. stepped out briefly, but he failed to join again. So he isn't going to join us in this. So we can have our feedback noted down so that we start on it.
Yeah, thank you.
David.
Thank you very much.
Yes, please.
Can you just scroll and we see what he has? Just scrolling.
Okay.
So that when people are making contributions, it's from an informed point. So they have innovations, the scope, and the management team, and then a conclusion.
David.
Excuse
me.
Yes,
Let's look at the remaining
Yes,
slides.
David. Thank you, David. For me, I think this presentation is going to be shared on the platform. Now that we are short of time, each group will find it on the platform, analyze all these slides, and give the evaluation.
Great. That is what I'm also proposing. So we can have the feedback next weekend. As you're giving your feedback, you're also giving your evaluation of what the group has done. I think that can actually be good. Sorry.
Just to add little.
Sorry?
Yeah, just to add little on the area of the strength in our SWOT analysis. We failed to, where there's an error there where we put, then we're not able to adjust. Instead of putting it, because our team having experience ensuring that we advance the business and they handle the business well, but instead we put the opposite. I think that the groups can also take that so that, because we are going to adjust it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Alfred and Group One. And thanks, colleagues, for persevering and being patient with us. Apologies for encroaching onto your time. I think all the instructions are very clear. Just to wish you a happy Sunday. Maybe if there's someone who wants to pray before we close. Anyone who can pray for us?
Let's pray.
Okay, thank you.
In the name of the Father, of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Father, King of glory, we thank you for this wonderful morning and even afternoon. We thank you for all the contributions. We thank you for all the presentations. We thank you for our doctor, Mr. Mejan Triahebwa. We thank you for all the group leaders who have managed to come up with all the presentations that were presented today, even after. We thank you for the marks you've given us. We thank you for the wisdom you have entrusted among our group members, our group colleagues, especially in this class. We thank you for everyone who've managed to participate and even who have not managed because maybe due to other issues like travels, like sickness, like rain. We thank you for everything. Father, King of Glory, as we finish this class, we request for your guidance in what we are going to pass through, because this is a test that we are going to do exam, especially, and what we are going to do exam, even the exam has started now. So guide us in everything, guide everyone as we are going now in another phase of at individual level where everyone is going to come up with his or her a plan. Father, King of Glory, we request for your guidance. We request for the health. We request for the money. We request for internet. We request for everything that will enable us to assure we finish this. Father, King of Glory, as we finish this class, maybe others have journeys, others have other classes. We request for your mercy. We request for your wisdom. Father, King of Glory, we have nothing to give you but just to request you that you be with us in everything we are doing. Father, we pray all this believing and trusting in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. Be
Amen.
blessed.
Man, thank you very much.
Man, thank you. Good day.
Amen.
I like. Okay, yeah. All the best, colleagues.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Lobojo.
Yes, sir.
I think now we can visit our group platform and see what to do next before I submit.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you there? David
Yes,
Buona David.
yes, Alfred. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you have removed me from the group. I don't know what happened from the WhatsApp group.
Me? I cannot remove you
Yes.
from the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, it's you removing people.
I've never removed you.
You removed me already. I checked it from there. You removed
How
many
did
of
I
us.
remove
Yeah.
you? Sorry?
Yeah, you can check in the WhatsApp group. We were removed in the entrepreneurship WhatsApp group.
Sure. Okay. Let me send you the link that you can use this one to join. But I've never removed you. This is a different one.